In this video, I'm going to show you how to transform a static render of a single room into a small visual story. We'll add a character, integrate them into the interior, and create a smooth animation that brings the scene to life. And as a result, we'll end up with an animation like this. I'm working in Florafauna because it combines all the AI tools I need, and it has nodes, which I love to work with. They allow me to build the entire workflow in a flexible and efficient way. So let's begin. I'm starting with this bedroom interior. Normally, I generate a character from scratch so it fits the scene perfectly, but this time I found a photo on Pinterest that I really liked. So I decided to use that as my reference. First, I sent the image through Nano Banana to get a full body version of the character and reveal the face. To do this, move your mouse over the plus icon next to the image, then click and drag to create a new node. Select Nano Banana. At the time when I created this animation, the Pro version of Banana wasn't released yet, but now we can try it too and see what it gives us. I'll copy my prompt and add it to the new node. All the prompts I use in this video will be available for download in the description. Click the arrow to start the generation. Now let's take a look at the result and compare them. On the left, we have the Pro version, and on the right, the regular one. It's immediately noticeable that the Pro version gives a more detailed result, which is awesome. It also fully opened the face, unlike the regular version. But to be fair, I only did one generation with the regular version. With a few more tries, it could have opened the face as well. Now let's integrate her into the interior. The idea is that she has just arrived at the hotel after a trip. To do this, we need to add two nodes to create a new setup. The first one is the interior, the second one is the character we generated. And then we add a prompt describing what we want to see, including all the details. And don't forget to select Nano Banana, so this is what we got with the Pro version. Here, we'd simply need a more detailed suitcase description to get the right look. But the regular version actually gave me a suitcase that fits much better. I generated two options, and the second one looks great, so we'll go with that. Now let's animate this scene. I wanted the shot to start with an empty interior and then have the girl walk into the room. For that, I'll use frames, a starting frame and an ending frame. I also noticed that Kling has a new version available, so let's try it out. While it's generating, let's take a look at the results from the previous versions. Version 1.6. The suitcase just rolls in by itself like magic. Version 2.5. Almost good, but it distorts the face a bit and the handle disappears at the end. And here's the version we just generated. Not bad, but the interaction with the objects is still off. If you need better interaction with objects, then Veo is the way to go. Here's what I got using the exact same prompt. I used Veo 3.1 frames fast, which also allows you to set a starting and ending frame. Just keep in mind that Veo uses more credits, but for some situations, it's absolutely worth it. Also be careful with the resolution. Veo doesn't adjust to your frame size. It uses fixed dimensions for vertical and horizontal aspect frames. Now let's create the next shot. The idea here is that the girl is relaxing and reading something on her ebook. We followed the same principle. We add the interior and the character, and then describe in the prompt what we want to see. I generated 3 variations. In the first 2, she just couldn't seem to sit comfortably on the pillows. And on the third one, it finally worked. So let's turn this one into an animation. I started with Veo because I expected it to handle the tablet better, but the result wasn't great. It distorted the tablet and the camera stayed static even though I set a camera move. So I switched back to Kling, version 2.5 Turbo. And it worked beautifully on the first try. The only thing that bothered me in this video was a bit of noise. I also changed the video length from 5 seconds to 10. To fix noise, I used Topaz Upscaler. It smoothed the image nicely, and it's also great if you need to upscale your video without losing quality. For the next shot, I took a screenshot from previous animation and used it to generate a new sequence. And to switch things up, I'll show how this works directly on the Kling website. Upload your image, write the prompt, select version, and generate. The first result came out really nice. But with one issue. The socks were supposed to be white. So in the next prompt, I added that detail. But this time, the output was completely off. And the following attempt didn't work either. The result was a little too spicy. So I rewrote the prompt. Same idea, just expressed differently. And this time, it gave me exactly what I needed. Now let's move on to our final shot. The idea here is that she's standing by the window and looking outside. I generated several options with Nano Banana, but the very first frame turned out to be the best one, so that's the one we'll use for the animation. In this sequence, she walks away from the window and sits down on the bed, and Kling got it right on the first try. And here's the final complete animation I created. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it and subscribe for more tutorials. And let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see next.